Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to JSD Vlogs. Today, we're diving into an eye-opening statement from the United States Ambassador to the Philippines, MaryKay Carlson, who has just called China's infamous 10-dash line a cartoon. Yeah, you heard that right, a cartoon. This bold statement adds a new layer to the ongoing debate over the South China Sea, or as we call it, the West Philippine Sea. Let's break down what this means for the Philippines, international law, and the bigger geopolitical picture. 1. Background on the 10-dash line. For those unfamiliar with the issue, China has been pushing its so-called 10-dash line to justify its vast territorial claims over the South China Sea, including areas well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, EEZ. The original claim, known as the 9-dash line, was already controversial, but now with the 10-dash line, it's getting even more bizarre. China insists that this imaginary line gives them the right to control resources, fishing grounds, and navigation in these waters, even though international law, including the 2016 Hague ruling, says otherwise. 2. Ambassador Carlson's statement. So what did Ambassador Carlson say? In a recent interview in General Santos City, she didn't hold back. When asked about China's insistence that the Philippines remove its vessels from the Escoda Shoal, Carlson straight up called China's 10-dash line a cartoon. She said, and I quote, "That's not based in law, that is not a factual representation of international maritime law." Essentially, she's calling out China for trying to rewrite the rules of the game. 3. US support for the Philippines. The big takeaway here is that the US is standing firmly behind the Philippines. Carlson made it clear that the United States will continue to support the Philippines in upholding its sovereign rights under international law. The Escoda Shoal, which is just 75 nautical miles from Palawan, falls squarely within the Philippines' EEZ. Carlson emphasized that this is not just about national security, it's about the livelihoods of Filipino fishermen, their families, and even our food security. It's great to see this level of support from a key ally like the US. 4. China's pushback. On the flip side, China isn't taking this lightly. Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Chen Xiaodong, during recent bilateral talks with the Philippines, reaffirmed China's stance, stating that they would firmly safeguard their claims in the South China Sea. China's narrative continues to be that their claims are rooted in history and are validated by their interpretation of international law, despite overwhelming evidence and a landmark ruling to the contrary. 5. Why Carlson's statement matters. So, why does Carlson's statement calling China's claims a cartoon matter? First, it underlines the absurdity of China's narrative in a way that's accessible and relatable to the public. Describing the 10-dash line as a cartoon strips it of any perceived legitimacy and highlights just how far China is going to push its own agenda. More importantly, Carlson's remarks signal that the US isn't just a passive observer in this situation. They're actively challenging China's actions and affirming their commitment to the Philippines. 6. The bigger picture. Now, stepping back for a moment, this is all part of a larger geopolitical chess game. The South China Sea is a critical area for global trade, with billions of dollars worth of goods passing through these waters each year. Whoever controls these waters also controls a major global shipping route. That's why the US, along with other countries like Japan and Australia, is so invested in maintaining freedom of navigation here. It's not just about the Philippines, it's about upholding international law and maintaining balance in the region. 7. The Escoda Shoal and its importance. Let's talk a bit more about the Escoda Shoal. Carlson mentioned that this area is rich in marine resources, which makes it a crucial fishing ground for Filipinos. It's not just a political or territorial issue, it's about livelihoods and food security. If you're a fisherman in Palawan, this isn't just some far-off geopolitical conflict. This directly affects your ability to provide for your family. That's why defending our rights in the WPS isn't just a matter of pride, it's about survival. Conclusion. So what's next? Will China continue to push its cartoon claims? Or will international pressure finally force them to back down? One thing is clear, the Philippines isn't alone in this fight. With allies like the US standing by us, we have a solid chance to uphold our rights and protect our resources. Let me know what you think about Ambassador Carlson's statement. Is this the kind of bold stance we need, or is there another approach? I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates.